Start out by swapping out this old OEM factory tire carrier from the Raptor to the upgraded Turn off-road one. A little taller, a little stronger, better design. Give me a little bit more clearance. Okay, after you get your OEM kind of plastic carrier off, there's a little pine cone clip in there that holds it on. Then this little piece unclips from the camera, and behind this there is a little metal bracket which has got your studs and stuff on it. It's just a couple screws. Take that off, and then behind it you'll got this plastic piece which slides in there, and it sits almost flush. You kind of got to get under it with a trim tool or something and pull it out, and that's where your camera will be. After pulling your plastic one off, getting your camera, everything out, I just kind of tucked this wire back here in this little slot, tucked it down in nice, and it seems like there's enough extra that I may not have to use the supplied extension. All right, so you get your main plate put on, little extensions, 4 bolts, 3 more for the carrier. I got a giant 40-inch tire, so I got to slide mine all the way out. Get your little camera extension on. I would recommend maybe getting some sort of cover or something in case there's some vibration. Choose a hole in this. Sometimes I'll go pick up some old fuel line or some old vacuum line and kind of splice it along the edge and give it some extra protection. And then you'll get your little camera installed. Make sure it's facing the right way, and you're just about done. Okay, after getting just about everything installed, I realized that the factory studs that they sent me were not the Raptor specific. They seemed like they were M12 and not M14. So I decided to just kind of make my own by chopping them off and fitting in some M14 by 1.5 studs that I grabbed from the auto parts store. But they were a little bit too long. They were, I think, like 70 millimeters long. So I had to get kind of creative in the rain that day to hurry up and try and get this done. And I found these spacers at Home Depot, which I believe were 5/8 spacers by 1 inch. And they conveniently fit nice and snug into the studs, almost like they kind of were meant to be there. So then I test fit it onto the wheel and snugged it up to make sure before I tack welded it that nothing like scooted around or kind of went crazy on me while I welded it and I tried to pull off to one side. Ended up being pretty decent. It got them back to the right length on the right side, as well as the availability to kind of replace them. I noticed that since they're pressed into the back, if I ever strip the threads out or anything crazy, I can just take a hammer and pop it out on the other side and just replace them one by one. That way I'm able to retain my factory M14 by 1.5 lugs instead of the ones they sent me, as well as my wheel lock, so that nobody tries to steal my spare tire. Also, I had a little bit of trouble with the third light spacer bracket that they sent me. I tried a couple revisions. There's these little L brackets that they give you that flip on one side or the other, but I think my tire is just so gigantic, nothing really wanted to fit right. I found that this was the best solution, was to mount the plate that they had given me previously to the gate assembly itself, and then kind of space it and bolt it onto the top of that to give me enough clearance and just barely miss the wiper blade. It looks like it's kind of rubbing the wiper blade a little bit, but I never used the rear wiper blade. The rear tire is so gigantic I can't see anything out of the back anyway, so just use the side mirrors. Hope this was a little bit helpful for you guys. I'm trying to get better at using this video editor stuff. Thanks.